am so proud to send the email out every week. I am here to implore you to please send me announcements, things that other people need to know that need to go out on email. I am not here almost as much as I am here because of a lot of family illnesses and things that have been going on the last couple of months. But I'm very proud to be here today, and Samuel asked me to share the message that I wrote this week in the email. So if you've already read it, you already know what I'm going to say. So just don't go to sleep. I look up some quotes every week, and then I write something based on the quotes, whatever God leads me to write. So these are the quotes that I looked up. What you expect to happen is a big part of what the result will be. Think positively. A positive attitude will lead to positive outcomes. Smile every chance you get, because not because life has been easy, perfect, or exactly as you had anticipated, but because you choose to be happy and grateful for all the good things you do have and all the problems you know you don't have. Gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. It turns what we have into enough and more. It turns denial into acceptance, chaos into order, confusion to clarity. It can turn a meal into a feast, thank you, Jean-Marie, a house into a home, and a stranger into a friend. Thank you all. And then here is the quote that became what I wrote, that became the basis for what I wrote. Start by doing what's necessary, then do what's possible, and suddenly you are doing the impossible. I'm going to say that one more time. Start by doing what is necessary, then do what is possible, and suddenly you are doing the impossible. So here's what I wrote. I started to share some quotes about being positive, and then I came across the last quote about doing the impossible, and that sent my brain in another completely different direction. So many things that we know today were considered impossible in years past. Just think about it. 100 years ago, if I talked to people about everyday stuff like TVs and computers and video games and cell phones and said they'd one day be real, people would have thought I was crazy. They would have said, that's impossible. Well, today we know differently, don't we? Impossible? Nope, just impossible for the time being. It took people with vision, with dreams, with imagination, with creativity to invent all that technology that we know today. They had to think it and then believe it and then do it. And it took some time for the impossible to happen, but it happened. And it's the same with me and you. It really is. We live our lives doing what is necessary, doing what we can, doing the possible. With a vision, dreaming and imagining and creating, and then, one day, the impossible happens. It simply takes time, but it happens. I've often said jokingly that I know all things happen in God's time. I just wish we were in the same time zone. And I bet you feel that same way too sometimes. Jesus said in Mark 9:23, everything is possible for him who believes. What's impossible in your life? Nothing, if you believe. It just takes some time. My prayer for you and for me is that as we live our lives doing what is necessary, doing the possible, that we will have a vision, we will dream, imagine, create, so that we can do the impossible. Believe. And give thanks and praise to the Lord when the impossible does happen, and it will. I'm positive.